The command npm install installs the decentralized Digicert server software and its dependencies on the machine. Now that server software is installed, we use npm start to start the server application. Once the server application is started, it listens on port 3000. Since the server is running on localhost, we type http localhost at port 3000 to connect to the server. This step would be done by the certificate issuing institution. Once the browser is connected to the decentralized Digicert server, it responds with a HTTP form for the issuing institution, where the issuing institution can fill details like name, course, date of completion, etc. One key piece of information to note here is the student public key. Each student is uniquely identified with a public key and is used to associate a certificate hash with that student. Right now, these details are entered through a form. In future, this can be modified to be keyed in from student database maintained by the universities. Once the issuer clicks generate certificate, an HTTP post request with the form details is sent to the server with the student details, and server does the job of creating the certificate and storing its hash in the blockchain. You can see the logs that indicate the steps done by the server. Computing certificate hash for indicates the certificate hash is being computed for the created certificate. Adding certificate hash to blockchain is the part where the server code invokes the Web3 APIs to add the certificate hash into the Ethereum contract. What follows is logs specific to Ethereum transaction, and finally adding signed transaction to blockchain is the place where we add the signed transaction to the blockchain. We have been using test Ethereum blockchain, which is called Dropsten. Through this UI, you can see the transactions on that test network made by a specific address. Note that the generate certificate triggered an Ethereum transaction with an update in the contract state. Contract state is now updated with an additional student public key certificate hash mapping. After the certificate hash has been added to the blockchain by the server, it responds with an HTML page containing the certificate image with embedded functionality to verify that certificate. Upon clicking verify, you can see the steps involved in the certificate verification. The SHA-3 of the local certificate is computed. The hash from blockchain is fetched. We compare the local and blockchain hashes. If that is matching, we are good to go. All done.